This is Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search for my site. These advanced trainings are popular, and it's exceeded my expectations. I don't really know why they're popular. I don't know who my audience is. So I'm tweaking the content with the traces of information I have about what people are interested. So again and again and again, how much do you make? Well, that's answered in the tweets, and I'm going to show that in a minute. So the next questions are just general curiosity, you know. What do people eat? A fellow named Steve in Arizona called me. He had picked up that I had a part-time job. So since I'm disclosing so much information, I have a feeling people want to say, well, yeah, I could do that, but he's in New York. I could do that, but he's part-time. I don't want to do that many hours. I want to do more hours. What if I'm full-time? You know, comparing themselves to me to help interpret what I'm making and somehow make sense of it into the listener's life. So I'm attempting to do that today. So here we go. Here's my first tweet of the day, screen capture, 9:57. Now I came into New York with my wife, basoed her like 9. What time did we say goodbye this morning?
8, 9.
Okay, so an hour later, I know, because I was doing some other things. One of the part-time jobs I have is for Adam Strom. I'm a receptionist for his business for a couple hours, and I also had a phone call with someone in India, and I had a phone call with a newspaper in Arizona. These are kind of business things that fit into that hour. Child and wife. An hour later, I turned my attention to Postmates. I got on the schedule to make sure I could get the time I wanted, and this 10 o'clock was a success. So in other words, my attention was elsewhere for most of this hour, and then all of a sudden at 9:45, I said, oh, God, I don't think I even have time scheduled. I got on, and I got the hour I needed. So 9:57, now my attention is turned away from the other things and now has turned to Postmates. 9:57, within minutes I get the hour I was seeking, and there, 11:18, I get my first delivery. So from, yes, I want to work, I'm going online, I got scheduled, to first delivery, 21 minutes. Shake Shack. This, hola, Alejandro. A click here, listeners, would find a special instructions for Shake Shack, but then you get to Shake Shack, and this is the same old instructions for Shake Shack. So Postmates seems to have a text that came to me, which is what this is, saying there's new special instructions, and then within the app there are no new special instructions. This is the kind of stuff that becomes frustrating when, you know, you're alone, you're isolated in this job, when there's really no one to say, hey, what does this mean? So I end up putting it in my, like I tweet it, and then I comment now, and I do nothing else. It's confusing. I don't know what they're trying to tell me. Am I missing something? It's not text in that many places that I'm required to read, so I read what I need to. I don't do this consistently, by the way. This cardboard holder to try to keep the hamburgers warm is the dumbest requirement. So then I move on. 57 minutes, I'm supposed to do this job, and I was real close. There we go, French fries, Shake Shack. For people outside of New York, Shake Shack is like McDonald's. I don't know why I tweeted it again. That's the rest of the shopping list. So it's a Shack burger and fries and a shake. And then there's what I got paid. Listeners, a click on that tweet would say what I got paid on that job. This one, Postmates currently has a deal which you get a free grilled cheese. You just have to pay the order. You just have to pay the delivery. Silliest thing. So I delivered 3 grilled cheese sandwiches today. Literally, I'm delivering a grilled cheese sandwich. No beverage. And this is a warning to me to say, and all Postmates, to Postmates delivery people, a warning to me to say, hey, don't let even if customer requests more. In other words, don't let them add to this order because we're paying for it. Grilled cheese only. Order max. Oh, they could have gotten 2 grilled cheese. Nobody did that. Each of my 3 grilled cheese orders, I just noticed that now. They only got 1. So this is a little bit of trauma. Something went wrong. The grilled cheese source for all 3 of my grilled cheese deliveries was Rockefeller Center, Witchcraft, and they have both bad Wi-Fi and bad cell signal. So this created a problem, not a big problem. I move on. I accepted this delivery, and then I go back this delivery with this 2 boxes of Joe's. Listeners, this looks like it's no brainer. It's coffee. You know what? 2 boxes of Joe is probably 20 pounds of coffee. I now know that because I've made the mistake, but these beverages can sometimes be very heavy. And this is me getting paid for the grilled cheese sandwich. Again, listeners, clicking on the green squares would find out how much I get paid. Now my attention is back to Gregory's Coffee, which I accepted back here. Then I delivered the grilled cheese. Now I'm back on Gregory's Coffee. That's what I'm supposed to get. Here, Fleet Support has resolved the issue. I contacted Fleet Support on this. Listeners, this kind of stuff is relevant to the trauma of the customers. She calls me. Her last name is Lee, and her English is probably great. Her pronunciation of English was not great enough for me to understand her while I'm on noisy New York City. I was right outside the cafe. There it is, 40th Street, Gregory's Coffee. I'm right outside the cafe. It's really loud. I can't understand her, and I end up being not so gentle and maybe a little impolite. Do you want to cancel? Because that's the only relevant thing she could tell me. She wanted to change the order. She was just panicked. And so I wasn't as kind and gentle as I wish I had been. So when I finished with her on the phone, I called Fleet Support and said, you might do some damage control. I barked back at her and said, do you want to cancel? When she said no, I've gone ahead with the order. So if I'm missing something, Fleet Support, please tell me. And as you can see right here, listeners, your order issue has been updated. Fleet Support has resolved your issue. I didn't really have an issue. I just wanted the customer to make sure the customer's issue was managed. Listeners, please, I wonder if I call Fleet Support too often or not enough. This was an appropriate occasion to call Fleet Support. They're great at this. They're in an office. They have an ideal listening environment, way better than mine, and the person completely understand and handled it. So listeners, please, do you call Fleet Support or are you being a bother? This was an appropriate time to call.
It's time to play.
A click, listeners, a click on that green square would say how much I got paid for Gregory's Coffee. Now here I am. I went offline. This is Grand Central Terminal. There's a nice French-inspired cafe there called Financier. I think it's Financier. It's spelled in English like financer. And anyways, I had a cafe au lait and sat here on my bucket in this beautiful space and took a little break. By the way, I checked Twitter trends. Listeners, if you were to click on here, you would see right below Equal Pay Day is number 2, National Grilled Cheese Day. So I don't know if the geniuses at Postmates did this promotion to coincide with grilled cheese or not, but I delivered 3 grilled cheese today on National Grilled Cheese Day. So there I am again. Listeners, this is when I got to Grand Central. A click here would say more precisely when I got there. About 2 hours later, I'm there still, and then I'm off on another delivery. So this 2 hours between, I did this deliberately, 2 different pictures of the terminal. Between this picture and this picture, I was telemarketing. My rich uncle friend Adam sprung about $500 for leads,
Rich?
and I
Rich?
rich. Now we're getting editorials from wife of middle-aged American. so
he's working hard for his money, but I don't think he's rich.
He spent $500 so to me, and he gave those leads to me. So I called 25 of them between this frame and this frame. And then, I was ready for that to be my last thing of today. Listeners, please don't miss this. Hannah has worked 6 days in a row, which means I've worked 6 days in a row. So day was very much like a Friday. She's off for 2 days. And so this is a perfect time to be lazy. It's 4:30. Hannah's off in an hour and a half. I'm not going to do anything. But I couldn't help myself. I was done with my telemarketing list. I flipped the app to go, I flipped the app to online, and next thing you know, I start getting orders. And Adam. Adam, I'm right now, I'm live on advanced trading, and I just called you Rich Uncle Adam, and then Hannah disputed that point. Rich Uncle Adam, what's this all about? And so this is all being captured. He's more the black sheep cousin. So let me just finish this thing, Adam. Hang on. So there we are, grilled cheese on demand. Yeah, I know. Remember, that's what Trump said when he went by that home. You saw that deal with his daughter, right? When his daughter, he said to his daughter, really? Oh, that's why you're buying leads. Okay, so let me just finish this thing. So listeners, if you click on the green square, you'll find out how much I get paid for juice generation. And then there's another grilled cheese. Adam, on today's National Grilled Cheese Day, I delivered 3 grilled cheese sandwiches to 3 different people. Listeners, a click there would say how much I got paid on the grilled cheese. And there's another grilled cheese on demand. Again, see that right there? Rockefeller Plaza, that's where I went for all 3 of my grilled cheese. And then here, ding, 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 offline, 6:11. That's when I decided to quit. And I didn't actually quit till 6:42 because I had to finish the job I was on. All right, this has been Tom Duty, middle-aged American, living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. I'm going to shorten it and say ciao. Yeah. I thought George just talked to him. That's why I was giving him some time.